Hello. Hold on. Let me see. This is working. Hello, hello, hello. I believe that it is working. And I believe that we're here for a very impromptu and special Ring of Honor review as we are here to discuss Ring of Honor Global Wars Australia. Now, there are a couple of disclaimers. Thing one, we're still in the temporary setup. We're here on Fight Forever. We will be in the Ring of Honor custom arena that I've made while you watch these matches. Thing two, they did label this as AEW ROH Global Wars Australia, but I feel like that's a mouthful. And, I've labeled all my other ROH videos strictly ROH, so the AEW label might be attached with it in the title of the video. Who knows? Doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. It's thing three. I will apologize for the delay in the review because I did not anticipate this event airing what it did. I thought that they were just going to tape this stuff and make it a special edition of ROH TV, and they said, no, we're going to air it on Monday. And I was not prepared for that whatsoever. So I apologize for the delay in the review, but we're here now to discuss this event. And I will give them credit and a compliment. I know a lot of people are negative on the modern era of Ring of Honor. Depending on what day of the week it is, it depends on my thought process, but I just love ROH in general. And this has been a good week for ROH. I enjoyed last week's TV episode, the matches that took place on the Jericho Cruise. We're getting a special event out of nowhere in an international market in a big arena, and it is a big deal. So kudos to them for that. But enough of me not talking about the event. Let's talk about the event now. We have 5 matches to go through. I apologize to one of the matches because they won't be in the thumbnail of the video, but it was an impromptu match, so that is the reasoning for that. As our opening contest for this event was the Learning Tree. Chris Jericho, Big Bill, and Brian Keith versus the Outrunners and Bandido. I guess that I should also say this event took place it was filmed the same day as Grand Slam Australia in the same venue. You get the point there. I had to make a note of that right away. Like I said, there are a lot of people there for this show, so good for them. So we have a 6-man tag to opening the show off. I'm glad to be reviewing and talk about a Bandido match as well. The Outrunners are wearing luchador masks and have the same color scheme as Bandido, the pink and blue. I call it the Miami Vice colorway, so there is that. Jericho and Bandido start the bout off, and there's no code of honor as Jericho gives him the middle finger. The crowd wants Big Bill to tag in, but they still get Chris Jericho. Jericho takes the mask off of Truth Magnum, who punches Jericho to take it back and put it right back on. Then the crowd erupts once Big Bill tags in. Turbo Floyd is able to walk all around the ring on the ropes, old school style, and lands an arm drag on Big Bill. Turbo Floyd moves out of the way of a Jericho Lionsault. Bandido hits a corkscrew onto Jericho and Keith, but cannot avoid a Lion Tamer. Total Recall is hit on Brian Keith, followed by a double clothesline by Big Bill, taking out both of the Outrunners. Jericho then tries to use his world title belt, but the Outrunners steal it and take it to the outside, putting him in position to be hit with a 21-plex by Bandido, with the Outrunners and Bandido winning the matchup. But they do not get to celebrate for very long as the Learning Tree attacked them, and Jericho had a chair. And then, who comes out to make the save? The man that y'all see on y'all screen right now, and kind of a spoiler alert to why he's in this matchup here. Powerhouse Hobbs, who runs them off and teases and talks to Big Bill, setting up their match this week on Dynamite that I believe is a street fight. Will be interesting. Somewhat of a teaser here. It's one member of the Learning Tree, and this is a lights out match. So I want to say, in the course of this video game, it's kind of the same. But all around, a fun opening contest that I'm glad that Bandido and the Outrunners are the victors of. And Bandido pinned the current Ring of Honor champion. Typically, when a champion is pinned in Ring of Honor, whoever pins them gets a title shot, and I've talked about it several times. that I'd like to see Bandido be Ring of Honor champion once again, or be champion in general, because he's a great competitor. Now, I will give you another spoiler alert here. This was probably the best match of the night. Up next, it is for the pure championship. It is Lee Mortiaty versus Robbie Eagles. The judges for this match were not shown, but we were told in their backstage area were Christopher Daniels, Nigel McGuinness, and Jerry Lynn. Moriarty quickly uses a rope break after trying to escape a leg lock. Moriarty then uses a closed fist, but the referee's back was turned, and then Robbie does the same thing, but the referee sees it and has to issue a warning. Eagles' first rope break comes after escaping a Border City stretch. Then Moriarty targets the shoulder of Eagles that eventually uses his second rope break up. And then the roles are reversed when Moriarty has to use his second rope break after escaping another leg lock attempt by Eagles. Eagles lands a series of kicks in a Meteora that leads to a second Border City stretch in the center of the ring, and this uses up Eagles' last rope break. Moriarty's last rope break comes after a top rope dropkick is then turned into a leg lock by Robbie Eagles. Then Eagles is able to hit a turbo backpack and super kick for a 2 count. I almost called it a back plaque, combining the words. And then we see Eagles hit a 450 splash that is turned into a roll-up, and then Eagles goes for a leg lock once again, but Moriarty turns it into a roll-up attempt while holding onto the ropes and wins the matchup, retaining his pure championship. And so it was kind of a confusing finish because he was using the rope and people were taking it as, oh, he's grabbing the rope for the rope break, but he really wasn't. And even if he did, it wouldn't counted because all of his rope break attempts were up. But Lee Mortiaty retains the matchup, or retains the title in this title bout. Very enjoyable with a fast pace and good ending. As an impromptu matchup that I was discussing was between Mark Davis and Tommy Knight. So apologies to them for not ending up in the thumbnail, but that's not the biggest deal. So this matchup saw these two men clash into each other early on. Lots of chops by Mark Davis, and a cannonball by Davis gets a 2 count in the corner. Tommy Knight hits a Spicoli driver, but gets a 1 count with Mark Davis quickly kicking out, and then Mark Davis hits a pile driver to win the matchup. And he was also part of the Grand Slam event because he walked out with the rest of the Don Callis family as I'm trying to set up this next matchup. I will tell y'all this now. I bought the special edition of this game, so I had the first 3 DLC packs. I did not get the Acclaimed or Tony Storm DLC pack. I did get the Season 3. So that was Season 2 was Tony Storm and the Acclaimed. Season 3 I got because it was on sale. That was Jamie Hayter, Swerve, and Claudio. I've not gotten Season 4, which is Jay White, Copeland, and Samoa Joe. If I keep using this game for streaming purposes, I will probably end up buying that. So that is very TBD. And this next matchup, somewhat half of it makes sense because they are the next participants in the next match to take place at this event, and it is a tag team title bout. Sammy Guevara, Dustin Rhodes versus the MxM Collection. Sammy is not able to come out with his tag team title as the MxM still have it, but they bring it to the ring with them. There is no code of honor and or tip touching, with Mansoor and Dustin starting the bout off. Mansoor taunts Dustin by doing a kip up and then challenges him to do one. He tries to tag Sammy in to do it. There's lots of taunting going on at this portion of the bout from both sides, but it all comes to a head once Sammy does a dive to the outside. Once back in the ring, Dustin is trapped in the MxM's corner. Sammy tags in just to do more dives to the outside. Sammy sets up a spine buster, or gets hit with a spine buster by Mason, with Dustin breaking up the pinfall attempt. Dustin stops the center fold from happening while hitting the Canadian Destroyer and Shattered Dreams in the corner while the referee's back was turned. Then Sammy hits an impressive GTH onto Mason, while Dustin hits the final cut on Mansoor, and Sammy ended the matchup with a Swanton bomb onto him to retain their tag team titles. but I guess there would be a little bit more of unfinished business as Mason steals Sammy's tag team title and runs off, so Sammy still does not have his tag team championship, and I guess this will be unfinished business between these two sides, so we'll see what happens there. As we do have our main event matchup for the women's championship is Athena versus Alex Windsor. On commentary, Ian Riccaboni said that Athena said she would only participate in this event if she was in the main event. And speaking of our women's champion, earlier in the show, she discussed this matchup and said that she would be adding another location in her world tour, but doesn't know what Windsor done or did to get a title opportunity, and will use this as a teaching opportunity for others in the back. So, Athena versus Alex Windsor for the Ring of Honor Women's Championship, and Momo Watanabe, who was the winner of the International 4-Way match at Wrestle Dynasty that Athena was also a part of and has had other interactions with Athena since then, is watching this matchup in the crowd. It's a back and forth early until Athena delivers a powerbomb on the apron and then targets the back of Windsor. Once back in the ring, Windsor catches Athena and hits a fallaway slam and then a blue thunder bomb, getting a 2 count. Athena gets put into a single leg Boston Crab with Athena being able to get into the ropes. Athena then hits a super kick, a double knee power slam, and big forearm, getting a close 2 count. Windsor reverses a suplex off of the second rope and gets a 2 count off of it, but a big shotgun drop kick by Athena in the corner, and face leads to her, adding another successful title defense to her resume and ending this special event for Ring of Honor. So, all in all, I enjoyed it. Hopefully I would appreciate, we got like once a month, one of these events, maybe, maybe I'm asking a little bit too much, but it was just a little bit something extra for the paying crowd in Australia, so I appreciate them doing it. That being said, next time around when they do it, I would like a kind of a heads up. That way I can prepare to do the review. So I apologize already for the delay in the review, but grand scheme of things, that doesn't matter because the deal is done now. So I'm not going to yap on too much. I enjoyed this event. I very highly rate the pure title match that happened. So I do appreciate y'all for watching this. I'm trying to stall a little bit for this match to end, but spoiler, when you get tag matches on Fight Forever, they take forever and can be chaos. So if y'all want to know who wins this match, I'll tell y'all. So I do appreciate y'all for watching this review, though. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one because I'm out for now. Goodbye.